Okay, you guys, thank you so much for being here. Today, this is my favorite class. I'm recording, yes. This is my favorite class that I teach, only because it's fun and I don't have to yell at anybody and it just gets to be a great time. So I am going to go like this. I'm going to share the screen so we can see the slides as we go. Perfect. Okay, so first of all, did everybody bring their DISC assessments? Does everyone have their assessment? So you're going to want to turn to the page. It's about page 3 that has your charts on it. Your charts. So now what we're going to do first is I want you guys to understand. The first rule of the DISC class is there is no right or wrong, good or bad personality. Not one is not better than the other ones. High D's believe that they are the best. C's know that they are. And everyone else, so, you know, right? So there is no good or bad. The thing we want to think about is when you think about personality, any personality used in the right situation is good. Overused or used in the wrong situation, every personality can be negative. So if you are assertive, that's great in certain situations. But if you overuse that or use it at the wrong time, assertiveness can be bad. Same thing with passiveness. Same with being people-oriented or task-oriented. All of those things, there's no good or bad, right or wrong. We need all of the personality styles in this world to make it function. Otherwise, we would fall apart. Hallie, will you move to this side so I don't have to I don't feel bad. I don't want to not look at you. I aim this way, which means, Hallie, you can come right into this one. Okay, so let's take a look and let's make sure we understand our graphs. So as you come to this graph on the screen, there's 3 different. Now, these are 3 different approaches. The first graph to the far left is how you think others perceive you. This is what you think others see you like. The middle graph is what I call fight or flight. This is your core. This is if you didn't have to be socially acceptable or interact with anybody else and you could control everything, you would prefer to be this way. When you get in crisis, this is probably the way you go. The far right is your typical approach. This is now after you've lived life a little while and have things doing, you generally approach life in the far right. So that's what we work from. Because this is generally how we are, to the far right. Now you'll notice on your graph, there's kind of a middle line right here that's at a 0. That middle line. Any dot that is above that middle line is considered a prominent or a committed behavior. That is something you lead with. Anything below that line, you're not quite as committed to. You're a little more fluid on adapting in those personality styles. Now, the higher the dot, the less likely you are to adapt. The more committed you are to that style. The lower the dot, the less likely you are to use that at all. It takes a lot more energy for you to be like the lower dots. The dots at the highest, you could do all day long and still have energy at the end of the day if you got to live in your high dot styles. Now, we have to adjust all day long. We do all the different styles all the time. But what comes the most natural to us is what we're going to learn. Now, why would we want to learn what's most natural to us? What would benefit us about that? How does it feel when it's easy? How do you feel when you're doing something and it's easy? Turns out right? What is it? Rewarding. It's rewarding. Do you feel like you get energy for something? Do you want to keep doing things that are easy? Are you happier when doing things? That's because it comes natural to you. It's like fitting that square peg in a square hole instead of a round one. So when we look at that and we say, if we're going to pick our jobs and how we live our lives and make money, why don't we pick things that fit with our natural style that are easy for us? What if you could make money at what's easy for you? Is that a great life? Right. So when we look at this, we start to look at where we're at in our lives and what do we need to adapt to make our lives easier. Maybe we need to get out of tasks in our world that are hard because in reality, we're probably slowing ourselves down and we're draining our energy. And let's get to doing more of the tasks that fit with our personality. So that's when we talk about leverage and hiring and things like that. So that's what this is going to tell us today. Any questions on how to read this or which one? Mr. Mike.
So you're saying if there's zeros, that's norm.
Zero means it's kind of yeah, it's kind of I'm not super committed, but it's not I'm not.
So above 0 means you're committed. Below 0 means
means it's a flexible thing. It takes more energy to do those, to live in that personality style.
And if it's just flat, if it's just straight across.
So I've seen some. My Kicks is a good example. He's pretty flat. And what I've found is he tends to be a little bit of a chameleon. He can be aggressive when he needs to be. He can be passive when he needs to be. He can be detail-oriented when he needs to be. He can be process-oriented when he needs to be. So I think for him, it's an age thing. He has become integrated into that. Now, I also believe he tends just to be kind of low-key. And you'll notice with him, it's all the same across. Hallie is close like that. All the same across. That means when you get Hallie, you get what you get.
Yay.
She's pretty committed to her behavior style, but also Hallie's very young. So she may find as she gets older, she gets more committed to certain styles. I think as you get older, it also can come a little more to the middle. You come back and realize I don't need to be as committed to certain things. And our priorities in our life change. You'll take these DISC assessments and this will change through your life. Not significantly, unless you have something that is a significant impact in your life, a traumatic event, sometimes a divorce or a death in the family, or something traumatic can shift a personality style, but most of the time it's just how committed and how flexible do you become within that. That make sense? Any other questions before we flip from this? Okay, perfect. So I always like to check. Let's take it's like a little poll in this room. How many high Ds? The D, the first dot, is the highest dot. No way! Look at that. Amy, Dwayne. Sweet. As you'll notice, I tend to get in that group a little bit.
Is this yours?
This might be mine. I'm full disclosure.
Is it yours?
Yes, it's me. But you'll look at my core. I'm super more friendly. In my core. How many high I's? The second dot. Highest dot is I. What does that mean? It's either is or it isn't, Chris.
They're really close. D and I are like right there.
Oh, nice. Excellent. Excellent. What about to your core? So now, that's a good example. So, Chris, they're really close. Which is higher in your core?
In the core, I mean, I can't. It looks like they're exactly the
Oh,
same.
exactly the same. Okay, so there you go. So Chris's core, he's pretty committed to being who he, what you get is what you get. So his D and his I, we'll talk about how those work together. Most likely, he uses whichever one he needs for the moment. Right? My D and my I, they're pretty close. I'll tell you, it's probably a little higher over here some days at work. So, who is my high S's? Raise your hands, be proud, S's. S's never raise their hands very high. They don't want anybody looking at them. Please don't look at me. Am I gonna have to talk? Latoya's like this. Right? So 2 high S's. How many high C's do we have in the room? Oh, this is gonna be rough. Okay. Excellent. Half and half. Which is the highest? You want to look at the far right.
Far right, I'm more of a C than a D, but just by an inch.
There you go. There you go. Okay, and we'll talk about how they work together near the end. So the reason I say I'm in trouble in high C's is because generally I'm faking most of the things I know. And high C's know it. And they catch me every time and they say, prove it. And I usually can't. So, because that's what high D's and high I's do. I try to distract you with shiny objects, and so you don't ask me any detailed questions or any deep, don't dig any deeper. Let's just go with what we got. So we'll keep going. Okay, so now, as we move forward, am I out of batteries? We'll just use this then. Okay, so what is DISC? DISC is a measure of observable behavior, and it can actually be a predictor of future behavior. Because if I know how you like, if I know Hallie is a high S, and I know how high S's like to work, I can almost predict what she's going to do in a certain situation. Not because I have mind control, but I do. Hallie, is in reality, it's because I have an idea that if in this situation, and these are the things, her personality will naturally go the easiest way. That's just naturally how we do. Unless she feels like in this situation, I need to choose something different, but I can probably predict what she's going to do, knowing her style, right? So it's a predictor of observable behavior. It's a universally accepted and highly validated system. It provides common language for talking about human behavior. So it's great. If Hallie knows what being an S means, and I know what being an S means, and I say, oh man, you're being an S, we have a common language. If she's saying to me, quit D'ing me, I know what that means. And I know exactly what I need to adjust. So it's a common language to get us in the same track. So what's great about that is as we in a work environment, if everybody knows that common language, what you'll find is you're going to start to get along better. Because you're going to forgive me for being pushy and not thinking about your feelings. And I'm going to forgive you for wanting to talk about your kids all the time. Right? In reality, because I know she's not trying to distract me or waste my time. She is an I. Which means that's what she gets energy, that's what she does, and she's trying to connect with me. And I'm a D and I could care less, right? That's right. So I have to go, you know what, I need to go to her because I can't change her personality. In this world, I can't say, you're gonna change for me, right? Who's the only person that we can control? Ourselves. So what I'm gonna do is realize that her personality is different than mine and I'm gonna go to her personality. I'm going to say, I can see she likes to talk about her family and she's trying to interact. I'm going to kick my eye up and adapt and go to her. And then we're going to make a connection and we're going to get into a better relationship and communication. I can't expect her to come to me. That's the beauty of starting to understand this. Does that make sense?
Well, and two, when we understand it, see, there are moments when I come to you with an idea because I know it needs to be brief. I need to get right to the detail. You appreciate that, be brief and
yep,
gone.
Exactly right. That's where it starts to get, and I recognize she's doing that, and I give her leeway.
Yeah. And so
she sees what I'm doing, and we give leeway, and it starts to be better understanding. A lot of husband and wives, when they get together, they're so thinking that the other person is trying to irritate them. You know I hate this, and you're doing it. But in reality, if we realize that's just literally who they are, especially in a fight, especially when it's tough. They're going to go to their core instead of into adaptive, right? So they're going to become more like, and our opposites attracting. So most likely they're going to do exactly what you don't want them to do. And so in this relationship building, if we start to understand that, my husband, how many of you guys have met my husband? I use him in a lot of examples. Only because we couldn't be more different if you built us that way, right? My husband is a high CSI, which means people think he's a D, and he's not. I am a D, and so it's a D. It's kind of D's going at each other, but in reality, I can hurt his feelings, and he can't hurt mine. So we have a problem. So when I go to this and I realize he keeps asking me questions, and he keeps talking in circles, because he wants me to understand, and I could care less. But I go, wait a minute. He's actually doing that because he wants me to understand because he's trying to make a connection. And I shut up and I listen to the stories and I try to remember what we started with so that when he gets back to it eventually, I'm going to be on the right page. And I work on that, right? Because otherwise he feels like I don't listen and I don't care. That is the same thing. Now, here's the history of the behavior. This all started back in 444 BC. Empedocles came up with the 4 elements. Name them for me. Earth, wind, fire, water. Does everybody know earth, wind, fire, and water? Right? We've been talking about it since the beginning of, about 444 BC. So, right in here. Now, in 370 BC, Hippocrates came up with the 4 temperaments. Then, Galen came up with the 4 humors, the fluids, if you've ever heard of the fluids, your 4 fluids. Jung came up with the psychological types. Marsden, at 1928 is when the disc came about. Briggs-Myers came up with the 4 dichotomies. What's the commonality here? 4. All of this study, and they found out everyone's a combination of about 4. That's it. Your combo's of 4. So we can come up with that. And over and over and over, they've studied that. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about our four elements. Our first we have to start with is fire. Fire people are quick to anger, quick to action. They like to possess the ability to consume everything in their path. Who do you think that is? These are our Ds. These are the direct, dominant, decisives. Now, this may seem like the worst thing ever, but is there a use for fire? All right? If you control fire and you put it in the right place, it is effective. Same thing with a D. But if you turn fire loose and just let it go willy-nilly, this is not effective. Same issue with Ds, right? Give them a job, but the thing is fire will consume whatever's in its path. It's not afraid of what's coming. That's the beauty of a D. We have to talk about D's first because Dwayne's already lost interest. That's how D's work. They're like, if we don't talk about me first, I am going to sleep. So that's a D. Now air. These are the breezy people. They blow in, they stir things up, and then they blow right back out. These are our I's. These are our influencers. They're the inspirers. These are the inspirational people. They are interactive. I's are the ones that bring the sparkle and the spirit to anything. If you want your party to be a good time, make sure to invite an I, right? They're the ones that have no idea what's going on, but they're going to make it a party. How many I's do we have? Paula?
I know what's going on.
She sometimes does. We have another I. Chris has got a lot of I.
Yeah, they're pretty
Yeah, yeah. But in that reality, when Chris is not on a mission, he's a lot of fun, right? When Chris is on a mission, there's not as much I. But when, am I right?
Not as much D.
Not as much D. When he's on a mission, it's D. But when there isn't, you're the life of the party.
I don't know if I'd say that.
Oh, I've heard about it. Just don't believe me. It's all right.
There are stories.
There might be some stories. I'm not going to bring them up. Let's just go with I know that this is true. So in that same idea. So Tammy, would you say the same thing? When you're not on a mission or have a task, are you a lot of fun? Right? Do you have I? No, you're D and C. It's Mike.
My eyes don't exist.
No, it's Mike. Mike can be the life of the party. Now, when he's on a mission and he wants it right, not as much. But you get rid of that, and he's a sparkle man. Good grief, did you see his Halloween costume? Right? He's bringing the fun.
Oh, yeah.
Bringing the fun. So that is our I. Now, Earth, these are our rugged solids. Rugged solid, they are reliable. They are slow to change. They are loyal. These are our S's. They are steadfast. They are social. They like people because they like everyone to get along. They like to serve. S's, would you agree? They don't want to commit yet. That's all right. We'll work on that. It's okay. I won't ask you any more questions, you two. But that's what it is. S's are security-based. So when you're working with an S, they will do anything to help you. Anything to help you. They like security, but they want to know why they're doing it before because they like to be reliable and unchanging. They prefer structure and stability. Now, the last one is our waters. They seek balance, which is correctness. They act slowly but deliberately. They like to have still waters, and they keep a lot of things hidden under the surface. High C's, would you agree? These are our C's. Cautious, correctness, and compliant.
And cool.
And super cool. That's right. We'll add that on there. But in high C's, when they look at something, they get energy from things being right. High C's, would you agree?
Oh, yeah.
When it's right, there is energy. When everything lines up correctly and you can see the path, do you get energy? They like that. They're slow to change because they want it right first. They want to act slowly and keep things in balance and correctness. Now, also, high C's, do you keep it to yourself? Do you roll your eyes a lot? Maybe sometimes just subconsciously. I know you do. They're rolling their eyes right now. So that idea is because they keep things hidden. They're not going to throw their drama on somebody else. Drama comes a little more from these two. Except for S. We call this poking the bear. Poke the bear too long and the bear will come out and get out of the way, right? But C's, they like to keep things underwater because they're going to keep it to themselves. But they're probably going to walk away before they commit to something that's going to fail. Right? So those are our D, I, S, and C. So we're going to skip over this because we don't have as much time. So you guys have a chart out there. We're going to walk through how this works. So now what you see, the people on the right-hand side, these are the DCs. These are our task-oriented people. The most important thing to a D and a C is the task, accomplishing what they set out to accomplish. On the left-hand side, these are the I's and the S's. Their most important thing is people. People, people, people. That's where their energy comes from. The task comes second to the people. Along the top, these are our fast movers. D and I, they want to go fast. They want to talk fast. They want to move fast. Let's go, let's go. Let's start. C's and S's, these are our slower movers because they're deliberate. They want to think before they act. They want to check the parachute before they jump. I's and D's are checking their parachute on the way down. Let's just go. Details, schmeetails, right? S and C, these are the ones that are looking for all of the things and put the plan in order before we begin. They're not slow because they're dumb. That's what D's think. Anybody who's slow is dumb. That's because we're dumb. I get to say we because I'm in the D group. In that reality, while you're thinking for so long, let's just start and figure it out along the way. D's and S's want to figure it out and then go because they deliver. So let's start with our D's. Up here, if they are fast-moving, task-oriented people, their key emotion is quick to judge. And I don't know if your guys says quick to judge or quick to anger. Quick to anger. So you'll notice a D will flare up quickly and they'll calm down quickly. I say quick to judge. They make judgment calls quickly, whether it's emotional or task. Quick judgments, quick judgments, quick judgments. They take their knowledge that they currently have and apply it. Now, D's tend to be intelligent. They tend to be intelligent. So they trust and rely on their own selves to get something done. They're confident in their ability to close. D's also will go through the door first. That's the reason when we talk about the horde, how do these all apply in the horde mentality? The D is the first one to go through when they don't know what's on the other side of the door. D's, do you agree? Charge the door. Let's try it. I'll fight it on the other side. If there's a wolf, I'll fight it. That's okay. I'm tough. That's how D's think. They'll make those quick judgment calls. So you'll notice they'll want to move forward because they're confident. Yes, can you just, I'm trying not to have my back. Make room for these guys, you guys. Now, what they're motivated by is a challenge and the bottom line. A D wants to know the price of the house before they look at it. A D wants to know what's the end result before we begin. Because if it's not worth it, we're done. Because they like to be challenged in the bottom line. So they won't want to waste their time because they're going to make that quick judgment. So if you're working with a buyer or seller that's a D, what do you think you need to do? Give them the details first. Give them the bullet points. Less words, more direct. Now, they also are motivated by this challenge. So they can smell weakness. They can smell blood in the water. D's, they know when they're about to win. And they'll push the button. Because what they want to do is they want to know that if they have to leave the horde to charge the door, you can be in charge and that you'll follow. So you have to fight them for it. I always say if they're going to pass the baton to you, they want you to fight them for it. Because they want to know that you'll fight when the baton's in your hand. Otherwise, they can't let it go. D's, am I right? There's got to be a little fight. You got to stand up for yourself. You got to go toe to toe. Or I don't know if I can trust that you'll be in charge and that you can handle what I handle. Right? So you got to slap them around a little bit. When I come up to you and I pressure, and I call this, you stand up as tall as I can get. I fluff my feathers out. And I go like this. And if you back down, I go, nope. And I move on. Right? D's. I know. You do it. You do it. And so the reason is you want confidence in them. So when you're working with a D, you've got to look them in the eye. And you've got to go, I can do this. And when they say, nope, I can do this. Oh, I like you. Okay, I'm going to let you try it out. You know, you slap me. And you slap me back. I like this. I'm going to go ahead and let this go. We don't know why. I can't stop it. I want to. I want to be able to just pass the baton. Dwayne, am I right? A little bit. They got to stand up for them. He's even doing it right now. So that's it. So remember, working with a D, you've got to be confident. Otherwise, there is something internal. They can't be confident in you if they smell weakness. Okay? So be confident. They forgive you for making mistakes because they make them all the time. Their mantra is, I will do it. Give me the ball, coach. I'll win the game. Right? D's want the ball because they're confident going through that door. That isn't me, is it? Okay. So I will do it. I will do it. Give me the ball. Their fears are being taken advantage of and wasting time. Don't waste their time. And don't try to take advantage of them. Don't try to outmaneuver them. Right? If they think they can smell a scheme, they are out for blood. They don't like that. So get to the point quickly. If you're going to send a D an email, try to get the majority of everything into the subject line. Because if you don't catch them right there, you're done. And make sure you have bullet points because they're not going to read all the words. I just got an email today with like 14 sentences all in a row. I probably won't read that for a week. I don't know why. I'm sure there's good stuff in there, but I want it in bullet points, right? And I'll probably just read the words that are in bold. And that's about it. So don't take advantage of me and don't waste my time. We like to go to the car dealership and we like to win the battle. That's what we like. So the same thing has to happen when you're working with a D. And you'll know a D, right? Because do they flush their feathers up and they go like this and they're ready for a fight and you're like, oh, for good customer service, I will back down. No, no, no. Fire that up, get to the point, give them the details, and move it on, okay? Keywords, direct and dominant. D's like to be direct and they like to be dominant. They're not doing it to insult you. It's not because they don't care about the feelings. They kind of don't. But they want to be direct and because they don't want to waste time. It's wasting time talking about feelings. You guys, how does that accomplish anything, knowing your feelings? So that is a D, okay? Do we? If they're somewhere in there. Yeah, no feelings. Feelings are a waste of time. So luckily, only 3% of the population is D, is a true high D. Any more than that, even if we go to 3.1, we'll be at war at all times. So the Lord maintains 3% across the board. Someone dies if someone's born. So 3%. Meeting challenges head on. Instinctive leaders. It's not because they're good leaders. Right? D's don't necessarily make good leaders, but why are they always the boss? Because they take the baton when no one else will.
And when
They
someone
go-
tries to grab it from you, you hit 'em on
That's
the
right.
head.
I'll smack you. If you don't fight me for it, you're not getting it. I don't know why. I can't stop it. I'm so sorry. So I have to apologize all the time. But we'll go through the door and lead when no one else will. When everyone else is trying to figure out what to do, the D stands up. That's also why there can only be 3%. Usually there's one in the room at any given time. So there you go. Their fear is being taken advantage of, but they view themselves as stronger than their environment. That's a D. So don't be disturbed by Ds. Realize why they're doing it and give them what they want, and they're pussycats because they probably don't want to do anything. They want to move on to the next thing. If you can take the baton from them, they'll give it to you. So communicating with the D. A D communicating with the I. So D's, when you're talking to an I, who are my I's? Paula? We have to take time to listen. We have to compliment them. Don't ignore their social things. S's, when we're talking to S's, don't be pushy. I'm super pushy. I'm sorry, you guys. I try to work on it, but I forget sometimes. Super pushy. Be more approachable. S's don't like to approach D's. Slow down and give them time. D's like to go. S's like to process. C's, I have to give them more information than I want to. I want to say because I said so. It's my favorite line. C's, that's a no-go for a C. A C says, prove it. No! Just do what I say. Everyone knows I love it. If everyone would just do what I say, this world would be perfect. So I have to give them more information and be ready to answer questions. D's hate to answer questions because I feel like I'm wasting my time. I already told you the answer, right? So when D's are talking to C's, you have to be ready for more information. D's, these are our personal growth areas. I'm going to read them because they won't read them if I don't. Be attentive to team members' ideas. Be less controlling and domineering. Appreciate the opinions and feelings of others. Put more energy into personal relationships. Show support for team members. Usually it's because someone's trying to take the baton and we ignore that. Take time to explain why and be friendlier. These are not always as friendly as they should be. So let's move across the top to I's. The key emotion to the I is optimism. I's naturally want to be positive. They want positivity in their life. They love it. They want things to work out. They're motivated by recognition and flattery. What's great about I's is it's not about ego. With D's, it's about ego. I's, they just want to interact. The I's, the first thing they want to do is clap, right? I's, right? They're already clapping the whole thing. They want to start the applause, everything. Oh, I's love to clap for people. And not for themselves, for others, right? When no one's clapping, are you guys dying to start the clapping? Every single time, because they want interaction and they want you to feel good and they want to feel good. So they wear clothes for interaction. Do you guys dress every morning kind of thinking about what's going to be fun to wear that someone else might like? Cute shoes, colored shirt. Do your hair kind of fun? A little sparkle. It isn't because they're trying to get attention. They want you to say, That is cute. And guess what they're going to say? Yours is cute too. Right? Eyes? Look at your shoes. Did you see mine?
She's go-go boots on.
That is how. Have you met Sherry? Have you met Morgan? They are high eyes. Tell them they look pretty, and they will tell you that you look pretty too. Right? They want recognition, and they love flattery because they love thinking that you like them because they already like you. Right? Right. Their mantra is, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it, yay! We can all do it. And then the clapping starts. Mike has it too. Everyone join in, group hug, right? They have no idea what's really going on, but they're having a good time, right? Well, that's because you have Dean. If I asked him any questions, we know how this works, right? So in the idea, if you're working with an I, recognize something about them personally. They will love that. They will notice the color of their car. Notice how cute their shoes are. Notice how cute their hair is. Look at their cute kids. Something. They want to be your friend. You just need to give them an excuse. That is it. That is it. Their fear is rejection. So let's talk about this. I want everyone to like them, even if they don't like them themselves. If Jody doesn't like me, for some reason, she still wants me to like her. Can't stop it. Chris, all right? I don't like you, but I am nice. You should like me. You're a jerk, but I am nice. So they will do things to get people to like them when they shouldn't, right? It absolutely is the way it works. And so in that, again, they will forgive. Just give them a chance. If you are working with an I, whether a buyer, a seller, or someone else, if you do something wrong, ask for their forgiveness. And they will give it to you. And they'll forget and forgive. So work on that. But you have to go to them and ask for that forgiveness. So give it to them. And besides that, nothing would be fun without them. So we got to keep them around. Their keywords are effusive, flamboyant, effervescent, bubbly. When I'm on stage, my eye comes out. If you get in my office alone and I close that door, there's not a lot of eye, right? That's the way that works. Chris is going to be the same way. He's going to bring his D up when he needs to bring his D up. But when he needs to be fun, and usually it's to get his way, right? When I need to use my social skills, how much eye do you have? Quite a bit of eye back there. When we need to be fun, and, we can, only if we're going to win in the end. There's not, that's a DI, right? That's the way it works. So when we move on, this is 11% of the population. The sparkle comes from 11% of the population. They're charismatic, talkative, they're verbal and expressive. Now, this is the drawback. When eyes are in the dumps, they're bringing everybody with them. Like, if I'm down, come with me. So they naturally want to be optimistic, but you can see an eye. When they're in the dumps, everybody's. Because when they're at high, everyone's with them, right? Their fear is rejection. Don't reject them. Don't tell them that you don't like them. Don't do things that they don't like. That hurts them to the core. Hurts them to the core. Okay, eyes, when you're communicating with D's, get direct. Because eyes tend to be kind of butterfly chasers. They kind of, la, 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 right? Get direct. Avoid your opinion. Why do you think that matters to a D? Nobody cares. No, I don't care what your opinion is. Don't ramble on. Get to it. S, when I's are communicating with S, talk less, listen more. The drawback to an S for an I is S's are listeners. I's, you're talkers. An S never gets a word in edgewise, right? And you think they had a great time. We had a great time together. S didn't say a word the entire time, right? So listen more. Take time to get to know them, because S's will not naturally give that out. But I's, you like them. You're both social. So utilize that. Now, C's. Let's talk. I's and C's tend to have the worst relationships, because C's can't see the purpose of I's. Right, C's? Let's be honest. Why do things need to be so fun? Isn't work fun? Isn't getting it right fun? Aren't details fun? And I's are like, no. So they don't see a lot of purpose. So I's, when talking to C's, get to the facts. Don't guess. I's love to guess. Yeah, about this much. Yeah, whatever. It was fun though. It was great. Get to the don't guess and include as many details as you can when you're communicating with the C, because that's validity to a C. These are your personal growth areas, I's. Be more results oriented. It's not always just about people. There needs to be results. Weigh pros and cons. Be less impulsive. Exercise control with your words, right? I's tend to just give it to them because, why wouldn't I just say it? Everyone likes me. I'm fun. Focus more on details. Slow down your pace. Talk less and listen more. Consider and evaluate ideas from others and concentrate on following through. Okay, those are I's growth areas. Now we move down the people side of the chain. We get to S's. Now, S's biggest fear is change. The reason S's fear change is because they want to understand before they do it. Right, S's? If I understand why we're doing it, I'm happy to do it. But if you want me just to change for the sake of change, no, that's ridiculous. Why trying to mess something up that's working? Because they're motivated by the benefit, but not the benefit to them. They're motivated by the benefit to everyone around them. Everyone around them. Their key emotion is they're hiding their emotions. So they don't put their drama on you. This is why I say they're poking the bear. Because it'll stay under the surface for a long time. And when it blows, it blows. So when you look at this, now that I understand, so when S's, they want to understand the whole process because they're creating a system in their mind to deliver for people. S's are people-oriented. They want everyone to be happy. They don't want to rock the boat. They don't want people to be mad. They want everyone to be happy. They're the first ones there helping set up, and they're the last ones there sweeping the floor to close up. Right, S's? Every time. And you can't stop yourselves. You wish you weren't like that. I want to go home, but you watch somebody else sweeping, you go grab a broom. You guys, if we didn't have S's, this world would fall apart. But what we do is most of the time they're listening instead of talking, and they're letting you have your way. We need to give S's their way because they have the best ideas. Because they've been listening the whole time. They know everything that's going on because they've been listening to everyone. And they've just been taking it in. Have you guys ever going to talk to Shauna? She knows everyone's secrets. I'm a little worried. But if she wants to go postal, I'm a little worried she knows everything about everything. And she doesn't tell anybody because it's not her drama. I'm a little worried about that. So, in that idea, so they're hiding their emotions because they're keeping them inside. Now, S's, you need to work on bringing those out. Because people need to know that you're unhappy because they never do. Because you smile all the time. All the time, smile and wave. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Pillow at home. Smile and wave. Smile and wave. Everybody's happy. That's an S. So we've got to work on that. And they're always asking, why this, why that? And if D gets irritated, it doesn't matter why. It does matter why, because they want to understand. And if we will help them understand, they will make the adjusted necessary changes. They're slow movers. So if we need something to change, give it time. Present the information and give it time. They'll move the cards around and make it work. Am I right, S's? I'll change if I know why, and you can give me a little time. That's it. Their keywords are steady, stable, and good listener. They are the cog that makes everything work. They don't want to be on stage. They don't want anybody looking at them. That's why they go like this. How many S's and they raise their hand like this? Because they're not about that. They're not about being in front of everybody. They're the support system, and they enjoy that. Now, I'm going to give the kryptonite word. I apologize, S's. They hate it when I share their secrets. I give the kryptonite to every one of these. I forgot everybody else's. D's, challenge them. Say, you can't do it. That'll start them every single time. Oh, I will show you I can do this right now. And I will do it faster than you. Watch me. Right? You can't do it up there. Challenge them. I's, they're kryptonite. I don't like you. Oh, really? Oh, yes, you will. Oh, you'll like me. You watch this. I will win. I will win you over, and you will love me, and there will be sparkles, and we'll share a cupcake. Right? I know. Sorry. It's true. It's true. It's hard. It's a hard reality. I know it's true. Her D is like, stop talking about my eye. So, S's, their kryptonite is, can you help me? Can you guys say no if someone asks for help? You can't. It's literally not possible. And you'll want to sometimes because you're mad. And you'll still help them every time. Right?
So D's looking at S's going, are you really that stupid?
Right, no. And that's what they're saying. Like, someone, you're weak, whatever. No, S's, we would not do it. And we usually are together because without S's, we would burn this place to the ground. Right? Nothing would work. Everyone would be fighting and there would just be blood all the time. Exactly right. Because they're putting things together to make it work. Because they're thinking about things that we're not thinking about. But this, if you want an S, if you are working with an S, you want to say to them, how can you help me with this? And you need to be genuine about it. Can you help me, and let them help? S's like stability and they don't like change. So if you're working with a buyer who can't make a decision because they want to see every house on the market because they're thinking there's one more out there they haven't seen, what you want to find out is what is similar to the last house that they liked. What was the last house you liked and what did you like about it? And let's show you how this house is similar and less change than that house. Right? They want to feel that way, less change.
They're the ones that have the neutral walls, and if you take them into a house with color, their heads explode.
Right, because it's too much out there. They don't need that. So look for stability when working with these. They will love you forever, and they'll send you referrals forever if you give them stability and minimize the change. Okay? Luckily, this is 69% of the population. So most likely you're dealing with an S somewhere in your life, right? So these are the peacemakers, though. They're the diplomats. They're the ones that are keeping everything even and everybody moving forward. In the horde, they're grabbing a hold of arms, and they're walking everybody forward. They're the ones helping pick up stuff along the way. They're carrying kids this day and sweeping the floor that day. They're doing all of those things, right? Because the D's already through the door, the I's skipping along, tossing butterflies for everyone and singing songs. And S's are going, let's go, guys. Come on. We got it. We can do this. And they're moving steady and secure along the way. Their biggest fear is losing that security. Not because they can't get it. It's just, they just want to know ahead of time. Okay? S's. Now, S's don't love communication because there are listeners. So S's, when you're communicating, this is your opportunity. When you're with a D, what do you need to do? Confidence. Communicate with confidence. Agree with a D when you can, right? But give them respect and they'll go your way because they really don't want to do any of the details, but they just want to see that confidence in your face. When you're communicating with an I, be open to I's new ideas. Be open to the idea that they want to put sparkles on all the folders, right? And S's are not necessarily wanting that, right? Be open to that. And don't be afraid to ask them again what they said. Because sometimes I's are rambling on. Ask them again. And be clear about what you expect from them. Because they want you to like them. They want to deliver. So give them clear expectations. When you're communicating with a C, expect that they're going to doubt and don't take it personally. S's, this is your mantra. Don't take it personally. Don't take it personally, ever. C's want proof. So they're going to doubt you anyway. But just know, these are your best friends. They're the ones that are going to help you make things go the right way. So watch for that and be prepared to have a discussion. S's don't generally like to discuss because they're listeners. So discuss with the C. These are your growth areas. Be open to change. Be open to change. Ask your questions and be more open to that. Be more direct in your interactions. Quit worrying about not hurting anyone's feelings and causing any ripples. Get more direct. Focus on goals rather than specific procedures. S's like to line it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, because they know it works. I don't have to worry about the end result if I've got all the steps in order, right? Deal with confrontation constructively. Be okay with that. Be comfortable in a little bit of confrontation. It's not personal. Develop a little more flexibility. Increase your pace. I know you're planning and planning and planning. Show more initiative. You guys have great ideas. Great ideas. D's want to hear them. So express those ideas. And then express those thoughts, opinions, and feelings. You don't do it enough. And you probably have the best ones. Okay? So now let's move to the very last section. How many high C's do I have in the room? Have I proved enough so far that you're going to listen? No, because that's generally how it works. You have to prove first before you begin. C's biggest fear is criticism. They do not like to be criticized. And pretty much everything feels like a criticism. Would you agree, C's? Any suggestions? That's not a suggestion. It's a criticism. You're telling me I'm wrong. Quit criticizing me. My husband's high C. I have lots of suggestions.
This is why Tony gets along so well.
A lot of suggestions, and he feels like I am nitpicking the crap out of him all the time. I'm just suggesting. I don't care if you do it or not. But to him, it's a constant criticism, right? So they don't like that because they like to be right. Their mantra is, I will do it right no matter how long it takes. Being incorrect is not worth speed. That's the mantra of the C, right? C's? Take more time. Let's get it right. That's it. Why not? Why do it wrong? What's the point of that? That's how a C feels. They're motivated by being correct. They get energy from the correctness. Their key emotion is fear and risk aversion. What do you think they're afraid of?
Everything.
Everything. Why?
Because there's no absolute perfection.
Right. Everything. It's gonna go wrong somehow. I can see how this could go wrong. I always say, a C can tell you how making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich can end you up in living in a box on the street. Right? They can walk you through every step on how you end up losing your home and living in a box on the street if you make that peanut butter and jelly sandwich. They are risk averters, and that's their fear of being incorrect and being wrong. Their key words are compliant, accurate, and detail-oriented. It doesn't mean that they're organized. It doesn't mean that they're clean. They know exactly where everything is in that pile. C's, am I right? Now, there are some C's that like it tidy and nice. Generally, they have some I in them if they like it like that. Right, Mike?
Eyes are nice.
Eyes are wonderful people. He's like, why wouldn't you like them? I love them. Right? They're likable. So that I, if a C has some I in them, then they like it to look correct as well as be correct. Because I like how it looks.
They will drive you insane.
They will, there you
They
go.
like things to be right, and it's only right if we do it.
That's
So
right.
you get a D with a C, and all of a sudden you're
It's a hot mess. Because C's know that they're right, and D's will push that they are, right? So that's how a C is. This is 17% of the population. My favorite thing, Angie hates that I tell a story. Because Angie Buckland is a high C, D. And she was over there, and I'm like, look, Angie, does it make you feel better? Only 17% of the population are C's. They're the only 70% are looking for perfectness. And she goes, 17% are looking at my mistakes. Well, that's not how I was going for that. But yeah, but that's a C says. 17% of the population is looking at the details. So in this, they are analytical. They are idealistic. So when working with a C, they want to be right. And if you know they're wrong, you can't browbeat them into agreeing. Because they're not going to be embarrassed and give in. They're idealistic. So you have to provide more information, then give them a chance to reassess their opinion based on the new information that they didn't have previously. C's? All right? Yeah.
We have to come to the conclusion ourselves.
Right, because I'm an idiot. So I can't tell you you're wrong. But I didn't have that information before. So now I will reassess my position and give my correct answer. So when we're working with C's in the world of real estate, we can't say, if they say, oh, no, those pipes, those will not pass code. You can't go and say, oh, they absolutely will pass code. I will not work with you any longer. Because you just called them out on being wrong. Now, if you say, now, if I can provide you the code that actually has changed, and here it is, and they read it, oh, I can see. Well, I didn't see that bracket. So I guess we're all right. And they'll walk off. Right?
Yes.
That's the approach of a C. Is you can't go and say you're wrong. You have to provide the proof and give them time to change and let them reassess their situation. Because they would have gotten that way if they would have had that information, because they do it right. Right, Phil? Right. So they avoid drawing attention. Why do you think they don't like attention? I want C's like attention.
Don't you call me out on my bull?
I don't want, that's exactly right. Don't call me out. I don't like to put myself out there for someone to look at it and criticize. Right? Now, when they know they're right, sometimes they'll put it out there. They're pretty confident. And I wouldn't go into that fight with a fork, that gunfight, right? They're ready. They'll bring out the books that they put, most of the time they've committed and they're willing to commit and show somebody that. They're orderly and tend to be organized. So in that, I always say, when you go into a fight, there's a D who wants to be right, and then the C who has all the proof why they are right, right? That's the way it works. So C's, when communicating with D's, only present the relevant facts. Don't bring up the mistake from 3 years ago that you remember that I don't. Right? It's relevant. You have a proven path of idiocy. Here it is. Do I need to bring this up again? You've lost your privileges. Okay, here's my story. So I know not everybody's LDS, but so you pay tithes to church, right? So Tommy was going to be gone for a week. He gave me an envelope of cash because he believes he has to give cash because someone's going to mess up his checks. Issues. So he gives me this envelope of cash to turn in for the donation. And he's like, give it to the, blah, blah, blah. So I put it in my bag. Did I remember to turn in his tent? Nope. So he comes back a week later and he says to me, did you turn in my donation? Yep. Nope. I didn't say anything. I just kind of closed my bag and he saw it. There it is. And he grabs it. You've lost your privileges. And he walks off. It's turning an envelope of cash in. It can go anytime. But now I've lost my privileges for turning anything in to anyone. Ever.
You messed up the spreadsheet.
Right? It's just, so that is a C, right? That is a C. So when you go into relevant facts, C's, if you're going to communicate with a D, stick to the relevant fact. And still focus on the solutions, not all the things that you can see that they're going to do wrong. Right? Because you see them all that we're going to do wrong. I's, don't expect that they're going to come to you with factual information. Most likely, they're not. I's are going to bring you their opinions and kind of what they think and what seems kind of great. So stay positive. C's, stay positive, and don't overwhelm them with details. Don't try to prove to them why they need to do something. Give them their task and send them on their way. When S's, C's, these are your best friends. Try to be a little friendlier to them. Because you know, C's don't understand why relationships matter. They do. And S's, they're going to come in and be out. So build a relationship with your S's. And present the facts and allow them to discuss. Give an S a time to discuss. Because they're going to be on your side in the end. C's, these are your, I know you don't agree with this, but hopefully at this point, you'll take some personal growth area ideas. Right? C's are like, no. So, sometimes good enough is good enough. Right? There it is already. We shouldn't start with that one. Because then that basically it takes this, everything else is out the window. Right. Be less critical of others' ideas and methods. Sometimes C's can't see how you proved it, so they're a little critical. Respond more quickly to accomplishing goals. Strive to build relationships. Be more decisive. Sometimes C's don't like to commit because they want to make sure it's right before they do. Increase your pace to accomplish goals. Focus less on the facts and more on the people. C's, let's say this together. People matter. That's your new mantra, right? People matter. And then go ahead and take risks along with the other team members. Sometimes C's can see what's going to go wrong. So guess what they do? Good luck. And they watch the trains crash and they go, I told you this was going to happen. Right? Get in there with the team. Get in there and put your name in the game and help them out. Right? There it is. There's no ship and it's not going down. This is just work. No one's dying. Right? See? Everyone, all C's think the paperwork is somehow a train all of a sudden and a ship. It's not. No one's dying. No one. But what they don't want to do is, I don't want to attach my name to that pile of crap. Right? I am not putting my name on that because someone's going to see it and they're going to see my name. Ridiculous. So these are the motivators. A D, motivators to have control. They respond to challenge and pressure. I's, they instinctively want to have a good time. So give them praise and recognition. S's, S's, having security, a true appreciation. S is like a true and simple compliment. Not a big, make a big deal, a genuine compliment and appreciation. And they love teamwork. And C's, they like perfection. They like facts, data, and quality. If you're going to resolve a conflict with a D, Their natural approach is to get aggressive with you. So be direct, be respectful, and expect resistance. If you're going into it with an I, be apologetic. Why do you think being apologetic for an I? Why do you want to apologize to? Because they're going to be apologetic. What do they want? What does an I want? To be liked. They are going to say they're sorry first. Every time. So what do you need to do? I'm sorry too. And now we're friends again. That's all it takes, right? They're going to say, I'm sorry. It's not their fault, but they're going to say they're sorry. And you say, you know what? I'm sorry too. And they're going to go, great. Can we go out to lunch, you know? Now find something you can agree on and build off of it, right? The natural approach for an S is accepting. They will naturally accept what comes their way, right? So guess what? Ask them for help. Tell them how you feel, not what you think and all these things. Tell them how you feel about it. And don't push them. Give them a chance, apologize, give them some space, and they'll come around because they're naturally accepting. Last one, C's. Why are they argumentative? We're not argumentative. Right. I have the facts, and I know you're a D and you're an idiot. So we're going to argue over the facts. So when you're going into them, provide facts and data. Give them time to analyze the data you've provided and go with logic over emotion. You're never going to win a C by trying to play to their emotions because their emotions don't matter. They have them, they just don't apply right now. Right? This is the way it's going to work. So there's your conflict resolution. So last thing we talked about, combos. If you have an SC or a CS, so both of them are above the line, right? If they are an SC, they're going to lead with stability, security, listening, and they're going to support it with making it right. Great admin. Great admin. They're system-oriented and they're correctness-oriented. CSs, they want correctness first and then they'll go into stability. Correctness first and then listening and stability, but correctness first. SIs and ISs, what do you think is most important to them? People. If you have an SI, they're going to be steady and consistent. They're going to want to help. And they're going to enjoy interaction. They're probably going to talk more than an S who's just alone, maybe an SC. There's some more interaction there. An IS, what they're going to want is interaction, and they're going to come up with solutions. And they're going to think things through, and they're going to like systems. Ds and Is, these are our fast-paced people. So an ID, they're going to enjoy people, but they're also going to be driven. They're also going to want goals, and they like winning, and they like everybody to win, right? A DI, they're going to want to win, and they'll use their influence to get there. So they'll know how to turn on the charm, and they'll know how to do that, and they're usually doing that to get to a result in the end, okay? DCs, what do you think they're looking for? Task, task, task. Accomplish, accomplish, accomplish. A DC, sound it out, kind of feels like that, right? Because they're task, task, task. Not only do they demand that they're right, they probably can prove it. I hate them. That'd be my sister. So, CDs, they are right, and they're going to speak up. A lot of time a natural C doesn't always speak up. They're not necessarily going to go into the fight. But they get D in there, they'll go in, right? When that backs it up, and they'll be ready to fight on that aspect. Now, this is the big confusion. What happens if we crossbreed here? A DS or an SD. I call this bipolar. This is the hardest combination because Ds and S's can't coexist in the same world, in the same mind. So what you'll find is they'll switch. There'll be a D at work and there'll be an S at home. There'll be an S at work and there'll be a D at home. There'll be the driver like me. I love to be the driver at the office. When I would go home, maybe I really enjoy listening more and I don't have to be the one that picks the restaurant, all those kind of things. And SD, when you work that way, they tend to be a little more S. D tends to, if S is first, but that D creeps out. But usually you don't see them together. And one day they're super friendly and great, and the next day they're biting your head off. That's a DS, okay? And they want it speed, and they want it to be nice. And they want it speed, and they want to think about what the the devil and the angel, that's a DS. One's going, get 'em, win. And the other one's like, you should listen more. Maybe you should bake him a cake because you probably insulted him yesterday. And they take it to work and they slam it in their face. It's that kind of a way. That's a DS. And I see, when you see this, it took a long time before I saw my first IC with Mike Johnston. An IC or a CI. And I love sparkly, they love interaction, they love visual, they like all that stuff. Now imagine if it was perfect and visual.
That would be his house at Christmas time.
I imagine your wife is that way too.
I got shot down on Christmas Day.
Oh, wah, wah. Mike is the one that has the lights on the outside of his house. And there's a story and there's music on your radio. And,
Music.
right? Interaction and perfection all together in one. A wedding planner. All the details are beautiful and perfect. Stephanie Murdoch. If you've ever seen her decorate anything, blow your mind. Right? Perfect. She won every contest when she was with us. Because, she had little mice in the corner. And it was amazing. CI. This is Mike. CI. So what this is they like correctness, but they're going to love you into correctness. They have the social skills to bring you to their side with love and interaction instead of fear and anger. No, I'm just kidding. So that idea is bring them to the correctness side. This one is beautiful and correct. Now, we call the ISCs, my husband, those are our silent Ds. Because why? Why do you think an I, S, and C would seem like a D? What do you think they have in there? Almost everything. They'll talk. They're outgoing. They're correct, so they know what they're doing. Their S's, they're people oriented, so they're outgoing people. They probably don't mind management. All those things. But what you're going to find out is they plan. An ISC is a planner, and they're still security based. Ds will take more risk. That's how you tell the difference. Final thought. This is the key. Understanding your behavior is never an excuse for bad behavior. Just because you know you're a D doesn't mean you get excused for being a D. Just because you know this and you know that, that means now it's your turn to adapt. You have to go to them. You've got to learn how to adapt and go to the other side. That's the key of understanding behavior. And that's when your communication and your relationship will thrive. Any questions? Yes.
What is C's kryptonite?
Oh, that's the same question.
Oh, C is kryptonite. What do you think it is? You're wrong. That's it. You want to start a C? Tell them that they're wrong.
Okay.
Nothing else matters, and they will burn your house to the ground to prove that they're right. That is it. Right? Sometimes. I think it's got enough. Has more. Okay, any other questions? Was this helpful?
Yeah, I'm a DC.
Awesome. Okay, you guys are it. If you need a handout, let me know. But work on it. Watch for the questions and start identifying those. You're going to have to work on it to find out how to get it implemented.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.